You know, I was talking to my friend Margaret the other day. She's 72, sharp as a tack, and still beats me at Scrabble every single time. And I asked her, Margaret, what's your secret? How do you stay so sharp? She just smiled and said, oh, I do a few little things every day, nothing fancy, but simple, and they keep my mind ticking. And that got me thinking, how many of us worrying about memory loss as we get older? Maybe you've walked into a room and forgotten why. Or struggled to recall a name you've known for years. It's frustrating, even a little scary. But here's the good news. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it stays. So today, we're talking about 4 simple brain exercises you can do daily after 65 to help avoid dementia and keep your mind sharp. These aren't complicated or time-consuming, just small, powerful habits that make a big difference over time. And we're starting with the first 2 right now. The first exercise: learn something new every single day. Now, I'm not saying you need to go back to school or master quantum physics. It can be as simple as learning a new word, a fun fact, or even a few phrases in another language. The key is novelty, giving your brain fresh challenges. Think about it. When was the last time you tried something completely unfamiliar? Maybe it's picking up a new hobby, like painting or gardening. Or even just using your non-dominant hand to write a grocery list. It feels awkward at first, right? That's because your brain is forming new connections, and that's exactly what keeps it young. Margaret, my Scrabble champ friend, learns 1 new word a day. She writes it down, uses it in conversation, and by the end of the week, she's got 7 new words tucked into her memory. Simple, yes. Powerful, absolutely. Now, the second exercise is all about movement, but not just any movement. You've probably heard that exercise is good for your body, but did you know it's one of the best things you can do for your brain? Studies show that activities like dancing, tai chi, or even brisk walking increase blood flow to the brain, helping to protect against memory loss. But here's the trick: coordination matters. The more you challenge your body and mind to work together, the better. That's why dancing is such a fantastic brain exercise. You're remembering steps, moving to rhythm, and having fun while you're at it. If dancing isn't your thing, try something like marching in place while tapping your opposite hand to your knee. Sounds silly, but it forces your brain to focus and adapt. And the best part, you can do it right in your living room. Now, these first 2 exercises, learning something new and moving with coordination, are a fantastic start. But we've got 2 more powerful habits coming up that can make an even bigger difference in keeping your mind sharp. So stick around, because next, we're going to talk about how to train your brain like a memory champion and why social connections might be the secret weapon you're not using enough. The next 2 brain exercises and why they work. You know, I was watching a documentary recently about a group of seniors in their 70s who could recall names, dates, and stories with incredible clarity, almost like they had a photographic memory. And when researchers studied them, they found one surprising thing in common. These folks weren't just sitting around doing crossword puzzles. They were engaging their brains in ways that most people overlook. That brings us to our third brain exercise: memory training, but not the way you might think. Most of us assume memory is just about recalling information, but the real secret is association. Think about it. Why is it easier to remember a vivid story than a random fact? Because your brain latches onto connections. Here's how to use this to your advantage. Every day, pick 3 things you want to remember, maybe names, errands, or even where you left your keys. Then, link them to something silly or exaggerated in your mind. For example, if you need to remember to buy milk, eggs, and stamps, picture a giant egg wearing a milk mustache and licking a stamp. Sounds ridiculous? Good. The weirder the image, the more likely your brain will hold on to it. This technique, called visual association, is used by memory champions, and it works just as well at 65 or 85 as it does at 25. Now, the 4th exercise might surprise you because it's not a brain game at all. It's a deep, meaningful conversation. Studies show that socializing isn't just good for your mood, it's like a workout for your brain. When you have a lively discussion, debate an idea, or even tell a funny story, you're activating multiple parts of your brain at once: language, memory, emotion, and problem solving. But here's the catch: small talk doesn't count. Saying "how's the weather" won't give your brain the same boost as discussing a book, sharing a childhood memory, or debating whether pineapple belongs on pizza. For the record, it does. So make it a habit to have at least one real, engaging conversation every day. Call an old friend and reminisce, join a discussion group, or even chat with your neighbor about something deeper than the weather. Your brain will thank you. Now, here's something fascinating. These 4 exercises ***, learning something new, moving with coordination, memory association, and deep conversation ***, all work together. They're like the 4 legs of a chair, supporting your brain health from every angle. But I want to take this a step further, because there's one more thing that ties everything together, something so simple, yet so powerful, that it can make all these habits even more effective. And that's exactly what we're going to cover next. The missing piece and your action plan. You know, there's a saying I love, a river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. And that's exactly how these brain exercises work. It's not about doing one big thing perfectly, but about showing up every single day with small, consistent effort. Now, earlier we covered 4 powerful habits to keep your mind sharp, learning something new daily, moving with coordination, using memory associations, having deep conversations. But here's the missing piece, the glue that holds it all together: curiosity. That's right. The most vibrant, sharp-minded seniors I've met all share one trait: they're endlessly curious. They ask questions. They wonder, how does that work? Or what if I tried this? That sense of wonder keeps their brains hungry for more. So how do you cultivate more curiosity in daily life? Start by asking one why or how question each day and then explore the answer. Maybe you see a bird outside your window and wonder, why do some birds migrate and others don't? Look it up. That simple act of seeking knowledge fires up neural pathways that passive scrolling never will. Now, let's put this all together into your action plan. Morning. Start your day with movement. Try marching in place while reciting 3 things you're grateful for. Double brain boost. Afternoon. Learn one new thing, a word, a fact, a kitchen tip, and share it with someone later. Evening. Have a real conversation, not just small talk, where you listen deeply and share your thoughts. Anytime. When you need to remember something, make a silly mental picture. Keys on the dog, check, and sprinkle curiosity throughout. Wonder aloud, ask questions. Stay engaged with the world. Here's what I want you to remember. Your brain doesn't retire at 65. In fact, with the right care, it can keep growing, adapting, and surprising you. Every time you try one of these exercises, you're not just maintaining, you're building. So tell me in the comments, which of these habits will you try first? Have you already noticed tricks that keep your mind sharp? Let's learn from each other. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, it helps others find this video. And subscribe for more simple, science-backed ways to thrive after 60. Here's to your brilliant, ever-curious mind. May it stay beyond horizons, as lively as your spirit.